Alright, so I woke up this morning and one of the first things that I read on my Facebook newsfeed is from the Resident Evil official page. Resident Evil Remake is going multi-platform after 12 years. Good news in the Resident Evil world. And then I read the comments below, and people are still complaining. And people still saying stuff like, oh, they're remaking another game they already had. Okay, number one. Okay, I can understand what you're saying. Most of them use 4 as a reference. 4 has been multi-platform since 2005. They've put out billions is definitely a stretch. They put out a few different versions of it and whatnot. But Remake was only put out on the GameCube and later ported to the Wii. Remake didn't have that chance that 4 did. And one of the biggest pages I see it is on the Resident Evil 2 Remake page. People saying, oh, we don't want this, we want a Resident Evil 2 Remake, they said if the petition did well, blah blah blah. There's one little problem with that. We can't even guarantee you that a lot of the people that sign the petition are even going to buy the game. You got to remember, at least a certain percentage of the people that sign the petition for Resident Evil 2 Remake are most likely just going to pirate it. So we can't even guarantee you that everyone's going to buy it. And if they can't even get you to buy Remake, which a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm not buying this and blah blah blah, I want Resident Evil 2. If they can't even get you to buy Remake, why are they going to spend... Okay, we know Capcom right now is in a financial hole. Everyone knows this, that their company's like on the market right now. And it costs a lot of money to produce a new game. Okay, I understand that we make demands and whatnot, and they should be met, but you also have to understand the point in running a business is to make money. Not to lose it, to make it. Now, for them to spend... Okay, Resident Evil 6 costed like $60 million to produce. $60 million. Who knows how much it would be to produce Resident Evil 2 Remake? Probably not nearly as much because, static backgrounds and whatnot, if they made it in the remake style, which is what everyone demands, which is another thing. We demand a Resident Evil 2 Remake in the style of Resident Evil Remake, yet people are saying they won't even buy Remake. So where's the guarantee to them that people even buy a remade copy of Resident Evil 2 in the style of Remake? There's no guarantee then. They don't want to do anything without any guarantee. They have employees, they have shareholders, they have all these other people they have to pay. You have to give them some kind of guarantee. And it's just amazing. And then you have, the graphics junkies. They're like, oh, the graphics. Okay, Resident Evil Remake is 12 years old. The graphics actually still hold out pretty well. And they are saying they are going to polish up the graphics and whatnot. But are they really going to completely tear the game apart and rebuild it from the ground up? No, because again, that would cost a lot of time and money that they don't even know if... They have no guarantee they'll even make it back. The platform being used to make the game hasn't been used since Resident Evil 4 came out in 2005. There's no guarantee. And they need a guarantee in order to make a business decision like that, because that is a big gamble. Especially with the fan base being so divided. Even then, the petition for Resident Evil 2 Remake only has maybe 15,000 signatures. And 15,000 copies is not going to be enough to make back what they spend to make the game. When Resident Evil Remake first came out on the GameCube, that alone sold 1.25 million copies. Resident Evil 6, which they said didn't sell well, sold like 4.9 million or something like that. So 15,000 signatures ain't shit. And so they're not gonna sit there and just go buy a petition of signatures of people when, again, a percentage of them probably won't even purchase the game. If the game comes out digitally, they'll just pirate it, get it for free, and then it goes on the people that are willing to pay to whether or not the game will actually be a success, because, you know, they're going to go by the amount of money they make, of course, because, again, the whole point in a business is to make money. You know, we have to give a little leeway as well. We can't just expect them to meet our demands, but give them no guarantee. I know this is a very big rant of mine right now, but it pisses me off because, I mean, like, we've been asking, I know I, for one, have been one of those people asking for years for Resident Evil Remake to go multi-platform. GameCubes are now getting harder to find. I have it on GameCube. I'm not buying a Wii. I don't do the whole Wii thing, and I'm not paying over $100 for a game system to play 2 freaking games. And GameCubes are getting kind of old. They're starting to wear out. There's only going to be so many of them left, and now people are going to start asking ridiculous prices for them. And let's not forget, our economy is kind of screwed right now. So, yeah, I'm not going to continue looking for and buying GameCubes. Can't afford it. However, Remake coming out on the PC, that would be awesome. But apparently it's going to be coming out on the PC, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. Which means everyone will be able to play it. That is something that should have happened 12 years ago. The game should have been put out on every platform, not just the GameCube, which, bear in mind, should I remind you, the GameCube was also the 3rd worst selling system of its generation. Having a brain lapse. Just so much going through my head right now after reading all the comments that I have. Like, people just need to quit their bitching. Like, of course they're gonna try. And this is another thing, too. They could very well be using Remake to test the waters to see if it's even viable, financially feasible, to even consider remaking the older games. If they can't even get you to buy Remake, where's the guarantee that you're even going to buy any of the other ones? Okay, I have headphones on, but I'm still waiting for an answer here. Too bad you can't actually give me one, but there is no guarantee. The only guarantee we can give them is to show them, if we buy Remake, that the older style Resident Evils are still popular. We still love them. We will still play them. And we will still buy them. Other than that, there is no guarantee, other than a bunch of people saying they will. But we have to show them. But, okay, I think that's pretty much the end of my rant, and, seriously, people, quit your bitching. It costs so much money to make a new game. Yes, I understand with Resident Evil 4, they put out a bunch of different versions, and they milked the hell out of the game. But this is a little different. This is the first time that Remake is even being released on anything off of Nintendo. You know, there are so many people that haven't even gotten the chance to play Remake, because even myself, I didn't even know Remake existed, or Zero, until 4 years after it came out. Now we can see a whole new generation of gaming experience Resident Evil Remake. probably one of the greatest made. So that's that. Early 2015, we can apparently expect a remastered version of Resident Evil Remake. I mean, yeah, it's a remake of a remake, but it's not Resident Evil 4. We can be thankful for that. There have been too many releases of that damn game. And that game has been multi-platform pretty much all along. But, yeah, well, this just about ends my rant. And seriously, folks, quit your bitching and start showing Capcom you'll buy the game and by actually supporting it, rather than sitting there bitching and saying stuff like, oh, well, if you want my interest, I want a Resident Evil 2 remake, when you can't even prove to them that you'll even buy it. End rant.